Can I click it? Yes, I can.
We are live. It's the beatbox, baby.
Beatbox, baby.
Beatbox.
Hold on, IG. We're coming.
We're mixing it up.
And here we go.
My slutty little treacherous ass is banned over on Instagram from live right now. So
can we just get a round of applause for Foxy's bangs right now and the makeup and the cleavage? You know, Foxy kind of got it going on today.
Gang.
Is my co-host looking like a hearty snack?
Hardee's, like a star,
like a heart,
like a fucking Carl's Jr.
We could do better than that.
Do you know what Carl's Jr. is?
Bitch, we have Carl's Jr. in LA.
But isn't it Hardee's where you're
No, Hardee's is in the Southeast. We had Hardee's in Virginia.
Do you have the green burrito with your Carl's
Jr.? We sure do.
I've never had green burrito.
Called red burrito.
Oh, is it? What the fuck? Is it really?
Yeah, I read about it online. Yeah.
Why did they do that?
It's red burrito.
Why did they do that shit?
It's because that's just how it is. They've tried to switch. They've tried to switch it and put Carl's Jr. on the East Coast and Hardee's on the West, but it just is simple as East Coast people like Hardee's, West Coast people like Carl's Jr. And that's just how it is.
It's like Biggie and Pac.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, before we start talking about overrated and overpriced fast food, welcome to Beatbox.
We're not overrated and we're free.
Hey.
We're underrated and we're low cost because you can get this all for nothing.
I've actually been in the same room as this chick now, so this makes this episode special.
Yeah, you guys, me and Dylan, we were busy and we didn't get to hang out with you guys while we were in Los Angeles because we were being celebutants.
Yeah, you know, I had Foxy on her influencer tip and I was, you know, on my Floxy. Yeah, and I was just, you know, riding around, you know, being LA Reid and yeah.
We got Matthew McKinley. Welcome back, Dynamite Duo Beatbox. Matthew is the Crown Prince. Do you guys don't know Matthew McKinley, but he is the Crown Prince. And he's the VIP of any room that he enters that Dylan and I are in. Yeah. So I get to meet Matthew McKinley.
Oh yeah.
Shout in Chicago.
Exotica Chicago.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody out there. I'm not gonna be out there this year, but
is your partner gonna be there? I saw the videos you posted of her on Twitter. She's a little hot tamale.
Yeah, Matt, you're the GOAT. I'll see you, Matt.
You go.
All right, let's send this live to a couple of heads on Instagram. We're about to get the show started. For everybody watching YouTube, make sure you like the video.
And everybody watching on Facebook, give us a comment and tell us if you're here from Facebook because I'm trying to use my Facebook because I'm a little harlot that can't keep herself out of trouble. I got a spanking from Instagram.
Come get a spanking from Instagram. Yeah. Oh, girl, you need a spanking.
Harder, Daddy Zuck. Zuck me harder.
Not Zuck me harder.
Zuck these titties.
Illegal in 5 states.
Zucking on my titties like you
wanna be calling me.
Matt says he's excited and that she's not coming, but his dad's coming.
Oh, snap.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't know what to expect, man, Exotica is a treat. Go watch all 3 of the Exotica vlogs.
I get to work with Stella Carter, and we're going to be a street team on the scene, and we're going to have a fucking blast.
Shout out to Stella Carter, but if you guys want to prepare yourself for the Exotica experience, whether you can or can't go, there are 3 vlogs on this channel from last year's that you can see. In addition to that, there's also an interview with Stella Carter, who Foxy's going to be tag teaming with out there in the Windy City.
Yeah.
Over at, goddamn, what's the name of that convention center?
Mr. Douglas Smith Jr.'s Palentine's. No, I don't know. It was something crazy. I don't know.
You said Douglas Smith Jr. Palentine's? Oh my God.
That's what we had. We had a Palentine's. Dylan took me to the airport. Well, he took me from the airport into In-N-Out Burger for Valentine's Day.
Oh shit, Valentine's. Yeah, you're right. This is a true thing. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, today we're kind of gonna do things a little bit different because we just, we've just gotten real casual around here. But I honestly wanted Dylan to kind of like talk about everything and not me today. So I'm just gonna listen and
boy.
No pressure.
This guy's in charge. Well then, okay. We're gonna kick it off as we always do with our mental health segment for the evening. Uh, Me personally, and Foxy's gonna be chiming in with this. I'm not doing too good. Really not doing well. Upset with work. I'm upset with my personal life. Upset with my health, physical health, mental health. I'm in a very dark place. Why? I think for those of you who are keeping score here, my dad passed in September from pancreatic cancer, and that obviously hasn't been easy as we were very close. And on top of that, there were a lot of problems that I was facing as far as physical health and personal upkeep that I don't want to talk about too much on here, but there were a lot of things that long before he passed that I was dealing with that I personally don't believe I've had enough character development in these 6 months coming up on that he's been gone. And, it's seeping into the workplace for me. And this is nothing new. I've had various struggles from like workplace to workplace. And some jobs I do exceptionally well. And, when the time is over, uh, you know, I look back and say, that went really well, and I did great from that, and I got a lot of juice out of that fruit. Um, right now, I just feel like I'm in a role where I have not proven to be. It's proven difficult to me, and I've had a lot of challenges. And I don't know how much of these challenges are associated with grief, or am I, not trying hard? Where's the motivation? And I'll find spurts of the motivation, but yeah. So you guys are witnessing Dylan at his absolute all-time worst. The next level is that I'm shooting heroin in a dark alley on the street. And yeah, it's like that. No, I'm just playing. Fuck that last part.
Yeah, let's be real. You're not getting heroin. It's going to be fentanyl, babe.
Yeah.
Back to this game in which we hadn't ever left or something
Recipe
that Sinful the
Sinful.
P said. I
Sinful be mad at me. He's like, you letting the bitch say my line.
well, at least I don't got a green screen behind me with no action going on.
Oh.
You
At
look
least
like
I don't have Christmas lights on when it's not Christmas.
It's fucking miss because you can miss me with
Miss.
that bullshit.
That bullshit. Hey. So yeah, anyway, I just actually had a very emotional moment talking to my mom, and I'm not in a good place. So prayers for Palmy. Let me see some prayer hands and some palm trees in the chat.
Let's see the palm leaves coming to give
Yeah.
Dylan a hug.
Damn, when I was sending the live to people, I should have said, watch me be miserable. Watch me be miserable, and my friend Foxy tried to turn me up.
We have like 40 viewers. They're like, foaming at the mouth for the drama. We were actually just talking about that, how like it really feels like a lot of times people just only want to be involved when it's like bad. Like when my life is horrible, everybody's like, really all over it. They want to like, there's like 20 comments on every status that I'm like commiserating about how shit everything is, but then like I've got all these wins and I'm like radiating positivity and I can't get people to meet me for a beer. It's like, what is up with that? It's so weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like, Dill, I think that you lost your dad and you lost him in a way that you had to watch him become somebody that was different than who you had known your whole entire life through losing him to pancreatic cancer. That is like the known like gnarliest cancer to have to like endure. And I went through it with my ex's mother and him, and it was really hard, and what it did to my ex, and he never really, I don't think that it's something that'll ever not hurt. And there is support out there for you. I think maybe have you looked into like trying like a support group, or
I think I need to go back to grief counseling because I believe for the month of February at least I was definitely like on autopilot. Like I have a calendar in my room that I literally didn't write a thing on, and I helped a certain somewhat buddy out with booking a travel, and not a thing about a very important thing in my life, and none of that was committed to paper. That was all just like click pushing buttons.
right.
And it, so yeah, I was just terrible, just out of just It's an ugly chapter. It was just an ugly chapter, not an ugly book, but an ugly chapter. And you know what? The more I'm talking, the more I'm starting to realize that it's like, for if this is not an ugly book, it's an ugly chapter.
Right. And I think that all good books have bad chapters. So
yeah.
You're gonna be okay though, Dill.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the subjects of the week. By the way, we didn't introduce ourselves. If you're just now joining us, my name is Foxy Box, and I am the Black Tom Anderson's favorite podcaster. And this is the Black Tom Anderson.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Mother Teresa. I'm Mr. Tyrone. No. What's up, y'all? Chillin'. Jesus, SoundCloud, Black Tom Anderson, your favorite rapper owes me money. Music vlogger, thick chicks therapist. I don't know.
Jack of all
Plus size
trades.
porn stars often like to hang around me. And
yeah, it's because he feeds his chicken and waffles.
It's not a lie.
Dude, I wonder how often they see you coming in there and say, "Oh God, he's bringing in another fat bitch." Then he fucking roll out the fucking
my
God! I love it so much. So, the topics for this week. What are we talking about? What's going on in the little newsy news?
In the newsy news, well. Let's kick it off with this. So the House has passed a bill that could lead TikTok to a ban if the Chinese owner refuses to sell. So basically, what this means is that there's evidence of TikTok, which is owned by the Chinese, of TikTok interfering in the last election, or in the or was it in the 2016 election? But there's evidence that TikTok interfered with the election and that they have the ability to spread misinformation. So basically, the U.S. government is saying that we will ban TikTok in the United States if the Chinese owners don't sell it. So what does that mean for us as creators and users of that platform?
Well, let me tell you there, Dilly. TikTok doesn't like fat whores, so they've struck me down from their little platform months ago. They give me maybe 5 pity views on anything I post anymore when I try, so they could fucking, I don't care.
To be honest with you, I look at it this way. So first of all, I believe China's going to want to find some loophole where they can sell it and still continue to profit off of it.
Right.
Now, I don't think they're gonna, miss out on the American audience. But also, like, could this be part of like what up now here comes conspiracy theory beatbox. Ooh, scary. But like, could this lead to a thing that I've thought of called like the digital war, where essentially it's the fight of the spread of misinformation that's generated through TikTok, and it's a war between America and China, but it's all online.
So I think that conspiracy Kelsey's coming out to play. She's got her little Carmen Sandiego jacket on. So like, here's the thing is that like, I think that it's just censorship as a whole. I mean, like, everybody's always like, China, like, what do they want to know? Whether we're all broke, I think it's pretty clear what's up. We're all giving everybody the information anyways on all of the social media. So like, what are they gonna like? I don't understand, like, what, to sell us more stuff? We're already, no matter what, we're being stepped on by every single government. So I don't fucking fuck with any of them. And it's not like, I feel like that it's really convenient for the American government to be like, oh, the Chinese are spying through TikTok. We all unanimously vote. We're taking this away. Meanwhile, we've got all of this mess going on. The American people can't even afford to fucking eat for a whole entire month and pay their light bill. Oh, the American people have to vote into this 2-party system that really we get nothing done, and we have no limit on how long these politicians can be in office. We have no cap on their type of like giving themselves money and padding all of this shit. But yeah, we're gonna focus on TikTok spying. That's where I'm at
Well, here's the thing: as a content creator, if in the worst case scenario we lose TikTok, I mean it's disappointing, but it's no more disappointing than the fact that like TikTok's engagement for me is completely stagnant.
It's ass. They've killed the app anyways and made it like an advertising platform.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you own a house, it's kind of like losing the garage, except that the garage is just so filled with bullshit you don't even need that it's like if it goes, it goes.
Right. Did you just hear that little bing? I wonder what that was.
I don't know. I'm sending out this.
Facebook. It's Facebook. I'm not used to hey Facebook, hey FB. What up? You guys don't ban me anymore like you used to. That's so weird. I used to be able to not say anything on Facebook. Now I can pretty much like post like pretty much almost my whole pussy lip, and they'll be like, cool.
Okay, so Destiny for Greatness, shout out to her. Hey, if you are a fan of TPP, she's an associate character. She's not a worker, but Destiny's
Is she here?
One of the protectors. Yes, she's watching on Instagram.
I can't see anybody on Instagram right now.
She says it's a part of the New World Order. They want to censor us. They want to be a dictatorship like China, perhaps.
It's all just an overstep of our government, but like it's like you can't talk to like any of like the elders in our lives about it, because then they think it's extremist to be like we have to overthrow our government. They're like, well, now that's not it either. But it's like, I had this conversation that was really mind like blowing, like eye-opening with my dad. We actually got into a really bad argument when we were coming back up to Moscow from Walla Walla, because he brought me back. And I was talking about, well, millennials, we feel stagnant. We're not able to be adults.
Yeah.
We don't have any equity. We don't own properties like you guys did, and blah, blah, blah. And you guys, it's kind of like you don't understand. And he's like, no, like you don't understand. Our pricing for like interest on a house or whatever was double what it is now when we bought in the 80s and blah. And I was like, bull fucking shit. Bullshit. And I was like,
being an apartment leaser, the real estate market and all these things.
But I actually researched it. That they were paying, yes, their wages and everything. The money was different because of inflation, but they were still being fucked over back then. Our parents were fucked over. Their parents were fucked over. We've all been fucked over, and we've been conditioned by the powers that be to fucking hate each other. But like, we just like need to like do this together.
Shout out to the real Keflon Don who just entered the chat. You know what? This kind of leads me back to my original point that I came in on. I think about the no equity and the no ownership. I think that's also what kind of is leading me into this depression, honestly.
Right. Well, it's really hard.
And it's like I don't feel, it's like I don't feel like, like miserable beyond relief, but it's also like, hey man, if it ended, I think about this often now. It's like, wherever you are, if due to mass shooting or whatever, if your life ended right now, how would you feel going out? And it's like, that's all she wrote.
See, and for me, I'm like living and I'm like loving life and like things are happy for me. But also I'm like, hey, I could stand a prison stint. Right. I would love that. I don't want to fucking worry about what to cook for dinner. I could still be a porn star from prison.
Right. I think the only difference is for me.
Better money.
For me, it's because I probably have so many bipolar mood swings. Is that like I don't know. I mean, I'll be like super happy one minute and then like destructive the next. All right, I'm not that crazy. Next.
Matt says that TikTok isn't fun anymore because it's just been commercial for products, and that's true. And also, the TikTok marketplace was just under fire for the fact that they're like exploiting it, and like they're like making people pay like way over like what the pricing of this stuff is because of the convenience and like that almost like QVC or like infomercial trigger that it hits in like the weird lizard brain, where you're like, oh, I see product, I buy product, like like very caveman. So
our man Hip Hop Organic said, grow your followings the old-fashioned way. Collect email addresses and cell phone numbers. Direct connects never fail.
Right. And that's what I do is I do a lot of organic networking, or I do a lot of organic stuff myself, Hip Hop Organics, that wrote the most beautiful song about Foxy Box called Foxy Box.
Shout out to MC Johnny T of Hip Hop Organics.
MC Johnny T is the best. The best birthday present was getting a
protector and a palm tree for life.
And he's got the #1 song on the UK hip hop charts right now with Snoop Dogg. That's My Bop. Go check it out, guys.
Bop! I reviewed the album that's on.
I can't think of how the song goes. I go, that's my bop. That's not how it goes. It's way better. So anyways, what else is going on? Xavier, what is it? What's this guy's name?
Right.
Give us the rap on this, Dill.
Okay. Hold on. In the words of Freeze and Sinful to P, let me put some love in my body.
You need to
before we do this.
Some, little
if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you like the video. For those of you watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And for those of you watching on Instagram, show us some palm tree and peach emojis in the comments. Shout out Callie Lisa Stoner, who just joined us.
Some presents, some gift boxes. Also, if you're on Facebook, let us know if we should keep broadcasting over here for a while. We got YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram going right now. If I upgrade this little studio here, we could be going everywhere at once. But
beatbox all over the place.
Mama's broke.
What'd you say?
I'd be traveling. I said, Mama's broke. I'd be traveling.
Mama's broke.
I can't afford the upgrades. I'm looking for investors. So, hey, if you guys want to invest in us just getting better.
Well, that was a quick laugh before we get into some very serious news. Memphis rapper Xavier Wolf has admitted to a smattering of abuse allegations stemming from an ex-girlfriend coming forward saying about 5 years ago, there's a document on Reddit which includes her documents from therapy and hospitalization admissions of sexual abuse, detailing physical abuse, drug abuse, and animal abuse. That Wolf took a puppy that he bought her and threw it. That he was making her do coke and ecstasy with him, and she showed bruises from being assaulted, detailed accounts of being sexually assaulted. Now, before Wolf then took to his Instagram to make this statement. Let me just pull it up right here, as I'll read it to you guys online. So Wolf says, 5 years ago, I would have to say was the darkest time of my life. I hurt people I loved. I hurt my friends, and I hurt my family. What I did back then, there's no excuse for it. I was ashamed then and still ashamed now. Since then, I've been doing things necessary to better myself with therapy, anger management, rehab. I hate when motherfuckers come to the internet to apologize, because that doesn't solve anything. What really solves the problem is doing something about it, which is what I've spent this time trying to do since that time and will continue. To the people that support me, I love you to death. It kills me to have let y'all down like this. Okay. I am very emotional about this, and am in a world of concern and confliction, number one. And here's where being a fan of someone, a peer of someone, and a journalist kind of have a blurred line for me. Wolf's music, the music of Sesh Hollow Water Boys, which is the collective that he belongs to, is a founding member of. And for those of you who don't know, his brand is Hollow Squad. The wolf logo with the swords around it. And his music means a lot to me. I think his image means a lot to me, because instantly when you recognize the Hollow Squad logo, that means belonging to something. It's a salute to SoundCloud rap. It's underground hip hop. It's an attitude. I view it as a sign of Black creativity. It's the same powerfulness as seeing, that Odd Future donut, or the Camp Flognaw cat, and it represents anime culture. It represents car culture. it represents a lot of things. And for those of you who don't know, a lot of Palm's fan base was really built upon, Sesh Hollow Water Boys and such fans coming to my platform. So every time I post about Wolf, that often brings the most engagement. And really, when posting behind the scenes and in my close friends, wondering what about this happened, what should we do, I was kind of reminded of how many people I'm connected with through being down with Hollow Squad. He's an owner of a store here in LA on Melrose. And I believe this guy had, at 5.5 million followers on Spotify, he had more than Currency and Larry June put together. And I feel like, Spitter's obviously been in the game longest, but he has that same dynamic power to have that same influence over people, almost like a Nipsey Hussle. And yet, because of this, he has tarnished his reputation to be looking like the P. Diddy of SoundCloud rap.
Right. Right. And well, it's really, but what sticks out to me in this is his statement of like, I don't like to do that internet apology shit, which like facts, because like nobody wants to see that fake vapid shit. So I mean, I do have to at least, like, I'm very like unfamiliar with the situation here. I've only heard his music through you. I recognize that Silent Hill track where they use the music from, he used the music from Silent Hill. So like I'm not super familiar, so I don't really know of like the depth of the allegations, and I don't think this is the time nor place to completely break it down. But I do have some type of like feeling towards the fact that like he's trying to like to better himself in the situation, I suppose. He's trying to, he said, I'm doing like the inner work on like changing from being a bad person, which I think that every human is like honestly allowed redemption. At the core, if somebody wants to better themselves, like that's the ultimate apology, not making a big song and dance for the internet. So I do agree with at least that part.
So. Right. To me, I'm not a believer in I don't accept apologies, but for me, it's like the PR and the damage control was not there, because I don't think it was like a admitting it to clear his name almost, and I don't see the redeeming qualities. This is, heartbreaking, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the victim or victims. Definitely. But when someone has built community and built culture, there is no but. You can look up to somebody and admire his music and admire his leadership, but unfortunately, a legacy is something that can be ruined.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely.
And it was a surreal feeling as I was driving home through Echo Park, and I saw not one but two other cars with Hollow Squad decals on them. And I asked friends, like, do I need to take my plates off of my car? And I have mixed feelings about that. Can somebody tell me what I can't like because of what somebody's done? No, does this mean, or does sporting this still mean that I support an abuser?
Well, and it becomes the whole separating the art from the artist argument. I mean, and let's be real, how many people, because Marilyn Manson was acquitted of all of these terrible things that he was alleged to have done, how many people that were like, okay, well then I'm just gonna wear this stuff still.
Right.
You know what I mean? But just because somebody is acquitted doesn't mean that they're innocent. And I think that art is being lost by the failure to separate the art from the artist. I think that people should not be set on fucking fire for enjoying art. Wasn't like Salvador Dali like not a very good person, but like you still look at those types of artworks, or even Andy Warhol, like real artists, like they're all notoriously bad in some type of way. It's just like when I talk about like Hugh Hefner and like the legacy of Playboy and things like that. Was it harmful in a lot of ways? Yes. Was Hugh Hefner a misogynist? Yes. Do I still rock a Playboy bunny? Hell yes. You know, like
well, let me ask you this in terms of separating the art from the artist. I mean, we could even talk about like Diddy, like with all of the allegations that he's facing and the endorsements that he's losing. Remember back in what was it, 02? Is it still Bad Boy for Life in 2024? If you know, if he is being accused of being a monster, is it still Bad Boy for Life?
Right. And because of the thing is like when you think of it, it's like Nike's still Nike if Nike gets bankrupt.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: it's like Hollow Squad, and you know all of that whole movement being such the soundtrack of some my late 20s, my so many going back to before that, since I almost practically since I was graduating college, since when I started Palm, that being such a big part of this wave, that this stain does not erase that history, but it will mean something for the future, and it will mean he's already he's supposed to be at Rolling Loud this weekend. I don't know if that's happening. He was supposed to be they had to cancel an Austin, Texas show, so
it's like a new era.
It's very disappointing.
Well, what you keep saying is Squad, though, and Squad isn't just one person, and he may be the founder or the face of, but that doesn't take away the Squad. It's just they have to pivot into a new direction.
Right. And it's less like this is such a thing, like if when you see that logo that are you part of our world, for instance, if you see Hollow Squad, it's like, oh, not only do you listen to Wolf, but you listen to Bones, and you probably listen to Suicide Boys, and you might listen to Ramirez, who we're going to talk about tonight.
But yes,
and it's so like if I see that, it's not so recognizable that I see an if you're opposing him after these allegations, it's not that, oh, now I see an enemy. It's that if I saw somebody else with Hollow Squad, I'd be like, bro, what is up with our boy?
You just like, you guys would just like hug. Be like, hey, I'm sorry for our loss, man. This
is a loss. This is a loss for the underground. This is a loss for, I see this as a loss of a mistake caused by a black leader in a mostly not black crowd, so that's why I identify with this so much, and that's why I'm really hurt by this,
Right. Well, it's because it's really hard when you see people of color commit crimes because or like when they have accusations, because the clapback's going to be like twice as fucking hard.
Right.
And it's hard because it almost like you don't want there to be you want it to be baseless when people say these terrible things and they try to make it like a racial thing.
But at the same time,
people are bad people.
I could like, you could make some fire music, and I could like the clothes that you buy, but like once you do, that doesn't separate from the fact that like you could do something horrible to someone.
Right. For real.
We all have good and bad qualities.
But yeah, so let's run through hip hop history real quick and get to the
shout out to Pharaoh Jabriel and my man Jay Guevara, who are in the chat. Great singer-songwriter and great music journalist. Gotta shout out some of my palm tree up in here.
Howdy partners.
All right, hip-hop history. Foxy, beatbox, break it on down.
I don't have, you got the list.
Hey now, say now. All right, back to the list. Okay. So, this week in hip-hop history, will.i.am of the Black Eyed Peas. He was born on March 15th, 1975 in L.A.
Happy birthday, will.i.am, here in 2 days.
will.i.am. And also, I didn't know he shares a birthday with Young Buck. Born in Nashville, Tennessee.
I always really liked Young Buck.
I know you're going to let me shine and get mine. I know you're going to let me in with this 9.
G-Unit came nothing but correct back in their days.
Yeah, G-Unit in their prime was the shit. Yeah. Oh, shout out to Common. I should have posted him because it's his birthday and I recently met him.
Yes.
Today, Common was born in 1972 in Chicago.
That's amazing.
Happy birthday, Common.
Happy birthday, Common.
All right. And
whenever I think of Common anymore, and I know this is bad because he's like such like a good artist, but I just think about that commentary about the Alicia Keys song where Common's in the music video and he orders like a piece of like pie with like a fish sandwich and like a hot chocolate. Yeah.
You don't know my
All I think about is just that, and I'm just like, oh my god.
No, this is the Blakefish Cafe. You know, the one with braids. Oh.
Yeah. Just the fact that conversation is being had, it always makes me laugh.
Yeah.
So ordering this at 10 a.m.
And one more birthday. Oh, a couple more birthdays. Cujo Goody from the Goody Mob was born today, March 13th,
Happy
1972
birthday.
in Atlanta.
Today is your birthday. You guys remember like the news? Like I don't know if you guys watch the news like when you were kids, like as like you're getting ready for school with like your parents, like the news is going on. This is like a thing in my household. And then they run the birthdays. It was always like a thing every year. I'd be like, okay, is this gonna be my year? Never. Right. Never did I get a birthday shout out.
Paul Wall celebrated a birthday this past Monday. Born in March 11th, 1981 in Houston, Texas.
The Iceman himself.
Wow. Oh, and rapper and music Flavor Flav, born March 16th, 1959 in New York City. Yeah,
you know what, man? He's responsible for the reality TV that I love so much. Really, if it wasn't for Flav, I would have never had the Of Love series.
And last but not least, MC who's very near and dear to my heart. MURS, hailing from the far west, California, LA. Oh, yes. Murs' birthday Saturday, the 16th.
Happy birthday,
316, like the album. Everybody go check out Murs' podcast, The Best Rapper in LA. It is my favorite podcast next to Beatbox and Thickness Protection Program and Bombcast, of course. And Bimbo Box. I like Best Rapper in LA better than Bimbo Box. But the host of Bimbo Box is cuter. But anyway, Murs' podcast is the shit. He's telling his life story through the albums, album by album, song by song. It's amazing. Listen to it all the time. And it really complements my commute from work back and forth, being stuck in LA traffic and listening to his story.
Yes, I love
that. Next, who are also going to talk about later in the show, today in hip hop history, Monday in hip hop history, March 11th, 2008 was when Del the Funky Homo Sapien released his 5th studio album, 11th Hour. Yeah, shout out to Del. Shout out to the whole Hyro.
I saw hieroglyphics in Walla Walla, Washington, at the Marcus Whitman Hotel.
I saw Del in maybe 2010, something like that.
Yeah.
Paid dues. Also, shout out to Murs again.
I think 2018 was when they had him in Walla Walla. But I got to hang out with Stony Hawk and A+, and that was fabulous. And I tried, how that ended up happening is I tried to sneak up to try to find Del. Tried to go to his room because somebody told me which room was his at the Whitman. So I tried to sneak up, and then I think it was Opio.
And I think the first time we went live together, you told me the story.
Yeah, and they stopped me at the elevator. They're like, Del's very private. And I was like, wow, I'm just sunshine. Let me up. They're like, you shouldn't do that. And I was like, okay.
All right. March 11, 2003, Killer Mike released his solo debut album, Monster. Is this the one that had All Day I Dream About? All day I dream about sex. Adidas.
I don't know.
Today in hip hop history.
I've thought about that song for a long time.
And March 12th in hip hop history, the movie CB4 was released.
Have you ever seen CB4?
I have not. Have you?
I haven't. No, but I feel like that's something that is like a hip hop mockumentary with Chris Rock. I almost call him Chris Brown. With Chris Rock.
World of a difference.
Yeah, I know.
Bimbo.
But yeah, so I haven't seen that though. But I imagine it's kind of like that fake one about rock music that they did.
Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. But
interesting.
Yes. So
moving on, hip hop history. March 12th, Craig Mack passed away. R.I.P. Kicking flavor in your ear. March 12th, 2018. Yes. Did I say 2008? My bad.
You did, but that's okay.
Caught it. All right. And today in hip hop history, March 13th, Kid 'n Play's Funhouse released in March 13th, 1990.
That's some old school, some Kid 'n Play.
Back to the news though. In Phoenix, Kanye West and his daughter Northwest announced that North's coming out with a new album called Elementary School Dropout.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I mean, it's cute.
I love it. I love it.
Her song "Talking" with her dad and Ty Dolla $ign off their new album "Vultures," which you can watch the review for here on Palm Official on YouTube. But I think it's gonna be good. I'm gonna check it out. It's not the most incredible verse, but it's a 10-year-old. She's cute. Hey, why not?
The only Kardashian I like is North.
I know that's right. No, it'll be interesting. Fruit doesn't fall far from trees. I just hope she'll probably be crazy like her dad. She's a Gemini, I believe.
I'm loving Kanye's new album, by the way. I've been listening
beautiful big titty, but they get women. Just don't fall off the sky,
That's the song. When I hear that song, I think about being in Los Angeles with you, though. Yeah. It's a good one.
I think I dropped that review the night you got here.
And I think of No Whammy, of course. Big Bucks, No Whammies.
I'll be seeing No Whammy, aka Noel the Cat, tomorrow. I think somebody's joining the new cast of the Palmverse.
Really?
Really?
Who?
Noel, aka No Whammy.
You just do it live with her.
Yeah.
Like, wow!
Some new pussy around here.
This one isn't complicated.
All right.
So let's talk about the music because we're at 41 minutes.
New already. Music.
Yeah, let's
all right. Bruiser Wolf has a new song called Brick Up. Detroit rapper. He's part of Danny Brown's crew, Bruiser Brigade. He has a new album out that I've reviewed recently. He's got a new album that I reviewed recently called My Stories Got Stories, which is fire. Bruiser Wolf is a hell of a dope rapper. I want to see that dude succeed. So I'll be reaching out to him soon because he's going to come to LA on tour with Danny Brown. Get my interview in,
Now that's the single that you chose this week, right?
Yeah, that's my single. What about your single, Foxy?
That was I want to talk about that again, that Bruiser Wolf. That shit was so just like slick and it was just like spoken word, old school, like 70s kind of like. I loved it. It was so fucking epic.
Because Bruiser Wolf's a grown ass man. Like he's in his 40s. Like he's really like a solid rapper.
He said that's some grown man hip hop.
Finally, some grown ass man rap.
Yeah, that was grown ass man rap. I liked it. Shout out to you, Bruiser Boo. So then my single this week, I chose two. The first one, of course, that I'm going to talk about is Aisha Erotica. I fuck with Aisha Erotica.
Oh, yeah, I fuck with that one for sure. I got to get more into her.
That's a bimbo soundtrack. I love her.
She was on some pimping and hoeing. She was talking about the Blade, talking about Renegades. I'm like, oh shit!
She's a sex worker, and the thing is that all of her music for like steady years and years now has been very heavily influenced by just that culture and just bimbo core, and so it's right up my alley.
When I listen to a lot of the sex workers that I've interviewed, a lot of them could be rappers. And shout out to Ruby Monroe, who is a sex worker and a rapper.
I actually went on a little Ruby Monroe deep dive off of your profile the other day, and I was checking her out, and she was on like a podcast, and she's doing like a freestyle, and I was like, damn, she's fucking fire. Like I like her. I like
shout out to Ruby Monroe.
Yeah, I'll definitely
super
like
generous too.
Definitely like to shake her titties.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's a must.
Yeah,
know about the Ruby bomb.
So anyway, So Aisha Erotica's, what's the sound or what's the song called that I chose? I don't have the list in front of me.
The song is called, I don't have, oh, bummer. I don't have my, hold on.
Hold on, guys.
Hold
it's
on.
Racing at the clock.
That song is called Super Puss.
Yeah, Super Puss. And definitely go check out the Beatbox playlist because it's totally updated. We're to 277 songs as of today on that playlist.
There's about a year's worth of music almost on there from every episode. So you're going to be doing a lot of scrolling and a lot of listening to.
So then I also
promise you'll never get bored. And Foxy has another song pick.
It's so diverse. So I also chose a second song today for a single, and it's a Russian group. It's pronounced Monitochka, and it's basically like a cute word for like money or coin. And the song, it's called Mom Has a Secret, but it's pronounced Umami Esh Secret. So that is your Russian song to go listen to. From what I can comprehend from it is that the mother is a sex worker. So
I didn't comprehend a thing. I just liked the little beat. I started dancing in the car to it.
Yeah. So it was funny that I ended up choosing.
Shout out to Amir Says Nothing in the chat.
Huh?
Shout out to my boy Amir Says Nothing. Watching right now.
Anyway, so I was really excited to check that one out. I love listening to music from other countries. I don't have to know what it's saying. If it's good music, it's like, translate to just being a bop. So I love it. I always on my if you guys ever check out my YouTube, which is at Foxy Box, I've got playlists that are public there. I have my 2024 one rolling, and there's always going to be a lot of Russian music and whatever I am listening to usually. So I love it. Shout out to Russia. Fucking dope ass fashion, dope ass music, dope ass culture, and the hottest women ever. I love Russian women. It's my type.
All right.
Okay, and then so your album of the week. What did you choose?
All right. Album of the week for me is Ramirez, Tales from the Gutter. Y'all already know, man, I am a super fan, ain't the word, man. Ramirez was one of the first artists I interviewed as Palm way back in 2015. To see this dude's growth and development is stellar, is phenomenal. He's doing this thing. I don't know what this makes album number. I don't know, but he's back with it. That first opening track, Beige Butter with Elidala, is so dope. So
cold. Good. Oh my God.
Ramirez. I really wanted to see him get into that player pocket though, like a little less mosh pity, a little more like, cruising back, kind of take us back to that player's manual feel.
What I like is when we review an album, we don't tell each other which songs always that we're listening to. I'll just grab a few and put them on the playlist and listen to them. So I got a lot of that, like kind of Memphis style.
Oh yeah, 90s Memphis style. Yeah, he's from San Francisco, so it's it's a West Coast mix with Dirty South,
which we love.
Which we love. And the Rehabilitation song was very interesting because he went, kind of like on it's almost like Tame Impala. It was very lo-fi.
I wouldn't say Tame Impala, but it was definitely different. It was not expected though. I kind of expected it to pick up, but it kind of just stayed the same throughout. And I was like, okay, Soul Man. I hear you speaking. So then I was really like impressed with Ramirez though. Like that, I added some to my personal 2024 playlist. Butter I did. So fucking good.
Forgive me if I butcher this name, people, but Amphisbaena featuring Simpra was off the chain. I mean, that's a collab that we definitely needed. I've been tapped in with Simpra since 2020. Since he was on the New Age project with Schema Posse, and his flow was just like crazy. There's no way to describe it. He's one. That's a fast rapping motherfucker,
right? Yeah. Everything is on that Beatbox playlist, you guys. All of these songs that we were actually talking about are the ones that I put onto the playlist. So go and check that out because you're gonna be very pleased to. You're all fucking old, most likely. If you're watching us, you're old and you probably need to learn new music. So go learn new music.
Plug.
Have something to talk to your kids about at the table.
And there's some more I want to say. Ramirez samples himself on the song "Stick Up." I think that was dope. He went back to his roots in a good way. This was solid.
Right. So good. And then my album. I was almost at my dog shit album. I guess I'm canceled because I keep going back to Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth. So she let this solo project, The Collective. It just came out in full this week. We reviewed a couple of her music videos on Beatbox. So those are going to be, we have not released one of those reviews. They're sitting in the vault.
It's right for now. I'm a Man, right?
Yeah, I'm a Man. And then before we did, well, it was a while ago, but it kind of just sounded like she was like rapping like her grocery list or something. But
yeah, because I don't know what the hell she was talking about. I don't know if Kim Gordon is the leader of the punk band Sonic Youth from back in the day. And I don't know if, this is supposed to be like for hipsters of a certain age to have their own stake in the girl rap wave. But
that's kind of what I'm taking it as, is because you can't really categorize it. It's just very at the core. It's very hipster. The only people that I can tell you will probably be like consuming this album are hipsters. People that know that like goldenness that comes with just that name, Kim Gordon, being as iconic as she is. I'm kind of hipster trash. So of course, because it like really rubs me on the little nostalgia fucking button, I'm like, oh, this is good because it's Kim Gordon, but is it good? Is she trolling us because she's Kim Gordon?
You know what? I don't know much about Kim Gordon, but
I feel like it's and not in a way that she's a troll, but because she's so like deeply like an artist and interwoven within that like grunge movement and just all of that, it's just like really, really big, and you can never take away like Sonic Youth from like culture like that. Like hipster culture has like, it's such a clutch with her.
Sonic Youth is from Seattle too, right?
I believe so. Yeah, they're from the PNW. Or they were, I think they were Sub Pop though. So that's no matter what. That's a
well. If she's so artistic, tell me why the album cover to this looks like a manual on like how to use social media.
Okay, so that is actually what I wanted to talk about. Is in all of the non-music videos, but the videos for, it's just somebody scrolling through a cell phone.
No, Sonic Youth is not from Seattle; they're from New York.
Yeah, but the Sub Pop, their record label is a Seattle record label. So that's where it kind of.
Yep. That's where. Okay, I got that.
So anyway, I think that the album might be on a commentary on like on that artistic tip where she's saying like people are so just like programmed to be like consuming this shit, and because of who she is, she doesn't have to put in anything profound to what she's doing. She's matching that trendy fucking drift music, like she's being really trendy but really just like, not deep. It's not deep. It's just there. It's production. Surface level, but to somebody that's not deep, they would think that it's deep.
Yes. It's like all of this artistic out there verbiage and this
like
loud
that. You remember when
Priuses
like, started being a thing and people were like, "Oh, I drive a Prius," and stuff.
Yeah. It's rap for people. It's rap for women
the people
in their
that
40s who drive Priuses.
The gentrifiers and shit. Like the people, like she's making fun of these people that are consuming this. I think
it's rap for women who smoke Virginia Slims.
Like, is it like, I think grandmas smoke Virginia Slims, but like, is it like quirky and ironic to smoke it?
I'm killing time between sets at Coachella.
Oh my god, it's giving I'm at Burning Man.
It's giving 2024 sleigh bells.
Yes, so I think that's what's up. And that's the take from it. And I really urge, if any of my hipster trash friends are listening to this, go listen to this album and tell me what you think. Do you think we're getting trolled?
Yeah. It's 40 minutes of dog shit that you will never get back.
I don't think it's dog shit, but I think it's not my shit.
Yeah. Let's go with that. I had high hopes for it though, because that video we watched was
but
pretty trippy.
if you think of it in the terms of what I just broke down, though, isn't that art?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it.
Shout out to K Love. Yeah. Just entered the chat.
I love her.
Oh, that was sweet.
Her and I are gonna see each other soon.
Black Tom Anderson's favorite podcaster.
I don't know why
I might have to tip you for if you do that again.
What?
I might have to tip you if you do that again.
Tip me?
Yeah.
No, you
still tipping off Fofo.
No, you don't gotta tip me.
Okay. You don't gotta.
But everybody else, buy my porno videos.
Buy your dirty movies.
Buy my dirty storyline POV immersive fucking experience.
By my over opinionated, backed up with absolutely nothing critique on your music.
My opinions come for free.
Mine don't.
Yeah, pay Dylan.
Unless you're popping and you don't send it to me.
Okay, so as for a sex work tip this week.
Whoa. There's an album we forgot to talk about.
What?
London Drugs affiliated to.
I didn't listen to that one.
I sure the fuck did, and let me tell you about it. Jay Worthy, Sean House. Jay Worthy's from Bumpton. Sean House is from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Jay Worthy was born in Vancouver. They're back again with they are back. Sorry, I got a message that distracted me. But they're back again with Affiliated 2. It's the follow-up to the first Affiliated that dropped in 2019, and it's 13 songs. Now, the first Affiliated is a downright classic. That is an album that I would like to own on vinyl. I don't have a record player. This one's dope too. This is definitely dope. At first, I was a little apprehensive of it because the features don't quite add up to the features that we got on the first Affiliated. But man, The Fee Is Mine featuring KD, and I don't even know KD like that, but that was smooth. Not For Sale featuring Cocaine. Shout out to my Uncle Coca. He came through with it, and Cocaine just is one of those West Coast OGs that just be harmonizing. Waffle House with Staley, that's grown on me for show. Bolt 45 with Clyde Carson. Again, never heard of Clyde Carson, but that hook Worthy lays down is impeccable. I want to skip down a little bit and talk about Back at It featuring Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I love this song so much. This means so much for West Coast hip hop. This was such a good look. Like, why aren't enough people talking about this? And then One Cup featuring Lil Kiki. I got love for Houston. I don't sip syrup, but I actually lost a good friend to that. So, that's cool for them, though. Shout out to that if that's what they want to do. I reacted to the Real Original video already with Domo Genesis. He got Trade of Truth on there. His partner Larry June's worked with Trade of Truth. And he got Big Hit on there, who he's previously collaborated with. And the song with Big Hit and Jay Worthy and Hit Boys on the Beatbox playlist as well. So Affiliated 2 is the shit, man. I review almost every Jay Worthy project that drops. I got love for my nigga P. Worthy. Worldwide Worthy, you're the shit.
Jay Worthy's your favorite. We've talked about Jay Worthy probably no less than 10 times here on Beatbox in the past year. So shout out to Jay Worthy. We love you. Your work is solid. I'll have to check out this album. I slacked off. Forgive me this time, guys.
Love you.
So we got 2 minutes left before we'll quit being live over on Instagram. With these last 2 minutes, I don't really have a sex work tip for the week. I guess the tip is just make friends with people because you ain't shit without a network, and I'm always gonna say that first and foremost. As far as podcasting tips, get your shit out of your vault. It's doing no good sitting there.
Yeah.
What do you say, Dylan? Those two solid things.
Nobody's gonna pay you for it being sitting there on your phone. Some great advice I got this week.
Yeah, and there's not going to be any money in the fact that things are sitting there without you putting them out. Like, if you're not making money and that's keeping you from like putting stuff out, then like you should probably put stuff out because you're not making money. Like, just get your shit out, do your work. If you have a vanilla job, balance that shit and balance your non-vanilla shit separately because otherwise people get mad.
Yeah. I also wanted to, we don't have a lot of time, but I think a future episode we're going to share about why are captions so popular. And I think, for those of you who monetize your podcast, there's real estate everywhere you look. from sponsorship. And one of the things I'm learning with radio sales and digital sales is just like, place that ad somewhere, get your stuff out. Everything you do is visible and worth value.
Right.
But the captions one we're going to save for another episode.
Yeah, yes. And check out mine and Dylan's solo projects. He does thickness protection program. He's got a ton of stuff that you can check out over on at Palm Official. And he also does Palm, where he reviews music. If you're a smaller artist or somebody that's just trying to get their name out there, this man right here is good for you. He can give you really solid advice and also just like a good review that can get you in touch with other people that will love your music. So try it out.
Right.
And for me, Bimbo Box, I am everywhere. Check me out on Spotify. Check me out on Apple Podcasts, Deezer. Fucking ask Alexa to play me.
I don't know one person who has Deezer.
Dude, I actually get streams off of it. And FM something. Yeah. It's weird. I get streams everywhere. So yeah, I'm everywhere. Literally. Bimbo Box, BAUX. And my newest episode with Marcin Hefner's live. People are liking it. It's an interesting take on, what it's like to be Hugh Hefner's son. We focused more on him than his dad for once, and it was good shit. So I think that's what I got.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in to Beatbox. Hit an hour on the nose, hour and 1 minute now. Make sure you're following on Instagram. Right here on the screen, you see it, Palm.
Box down on Instagram.
Protection program playlist is on this channel too. Got interviews with some very fine BBWs.
Oh yeah, and follow my new project, Foxy Travels. And I'm doing travel blogs so that Instagram doesn't fucking keep banning me for being
that girl's on the move.
Lots of Dylan stuff coming up. So
hey now, anyway,
we love you.
Right? We love you guys. Peace, love, Palm. We want thickness. Shout out to the bimbos, the himbos, the thimbos.
Yes, we love them. And the hymns and the girls and the fucking squirrels. Bye-bye.
Bye.